like a goth girl errand running day. I'm gonna start with doing my makeup. So the first place I need to hit up today is Whole Paycheck. I'm hitting up Whole Paycheck to return this and this. It's called Brazil Wool Hair. It's called Brazil Wool Hair. It is acrylic yarn that is hand and machine knitting yarn. Like, it's for people who knit and crochet. But it's called wool hair because a lot of girls are using this to braid their hair as an alternative to Kanekalon. And I wanted to try it out because it looked cute. And my hair is finally long enough for me to braid. So I bought this stuff, and as soon as I unzipped this and just reached in here, I didn't even like grab it yet, and I was like, absolutely not. This stuff is like so hard and so crunchy. This is not touching my skin. I don't know how people knit and crochet with this to make sweaters or anything. Like, it's just so itchy and like rough. And I could tell by touching this that it doesn't matter how many times or how many different ways or what I use to wash it to try and get some of the chemical and like dust and dirt and whatever out, or how much creams and oils I use to try and soften it. This stuff is gonna be hard and crunchy, and it's making my skin crawl just touching it like a little bit. And I know I'm not gonna want to sit there for hours on end and braid this into my hair. So I'm gonna return this to Whole Foods and get my money back. So if you see people advertising this wool hair that is 100% acrylic as like a braiding hair alternative and you think about trying it, don't. Save your money because this stuff is so rough. Like, I really don't get the point. So I'm gonna return this, and then after I return this, I'm gonna head to Michael's and go physically look at and touch their yarn. I've made yarn braids in the past, and I know what type of acrylic yarn that I like to use, but I saw that they have this new like super soft style yarn that I wanted to try out. And you know, if I find it in similar colors, which is like army green and gray, if I find it in these similar colors, then I'm gonna get it. I also saw they had a sale, and Michael's is forever sending me coupons to do stuff, and I'm hoping that because it's the day after the holiday that, you know, some things are gonna be on sale and I'm able to go and grab them. Also, while I'm out and about, I'm really craving Tom Kha, which is a Thai style soup. It's like a coconut style soup. It's different from Tom Yum. Tom Yum is like a sour soup, and Tom Kha is like a coconutty spice soup. I'm specifically craving that. And if y'all criticizing me for eating Asian food during Black History Month, I'm a plant-based person, and unfortunately, fortunately for me, Asian food is just the most accessible form of food there is to me. Like, most restaurants don't cater towards my dietary needs, and I know that if I go to a Thai, certain Korean spots, certain like Asian fusion spots, Indian, Middle Eastern type spots, I know exactly what I can get, and it's gonna have protein, vegetables, a carb in the form of either rice or noodles, and it's gonna be $15 and under unless I order something extra. Versus most restaurants, when they have so-called vegan options, they be trying to serve me deep fried ashy broccoli for $25 and make me pay like $8 for truffle fries. And then it don't even be like florets. It be like the cauliflower crumbs at the bottom of the fucking bag that don't nobody want. And I'm supposed to just be like, cool, they have vegan options, they tried, thanks. And sit there and be hungry. And then have to go somewhere else and get actual food? No, I think the fuck not. Y'all be having these salads that's not really salads. That be iceberg lettuce, tomatoes, and be telling me, oh, you can just pick out the cheese, the egg, the chicken, and the croutons, and then charge me the same fucking price and don't even provide me with anything extra to like make up for all the stuff that's missing. Y'all be lying about what y'all put in y'all food. Like, I be calling ahead, like, oh, is there lard in the beans? Is there chicken broth in the rice? And y'all be getting mad, y'all be getting annoyed, y'all be hanging up on me, y'all be lying, this, that, and the third. I know that if I go to a Thai restaurant, I know exactly what I'm gonna order. I know it's gonna be a valid meal that's gonna serve me. So that's what I'm doing. Also, there is a cafe that's near the Thai place and near Michael's that I want to go to. It's called Fancy Plants, and they sell like breakfast stuff, but they also have treats like croissants. I really like their coffee cake, so I might hit them up for desserts as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And I decided that before I start running the errands and stuff, I actually want to try and look cute today. I did my makeup yesterday, the day before that, but that was like me doing a quick little 20-minute thing to hurry up and go to work at like 4 in the morning. I didn't really do as much as I would like because it was so early and I was so limited on time. It's like I could have spent more time doing my makeup, but then I would have had to set my alarm for like 3 a.m. and I just wasn't about to do all of that. And I was having a hard time functioning because I wasn't getting good sleep and everything. I just like, I'm just gonna put something on. So I just did like a quick little makeup look. And even with my quick little makeup look, people are like, oh my gosh, that looks so nice. I can never do that. How long does it take you to do that? Is that like an hour or so? I'm like, this is like a quick little 20-minute, I gotta get out the house thing. Like, what are y'all talking about? This one guy walked up to me and he was like, oh, what are you supposed to be? I was like, what? He's like, oh, are you like some type of character? Are you like an actor? Are you gonna go on stage or something? And I was like, no. One of my coworkers asked me, no, he was like, oh, like, what's that on your face? Is that like glitter, shimmer, or whatever? And I was explaining what highlighter was to this man. And he was like, oh, that's really cool. You like a dancer. And I know how the fuck I'm built, okay? I'm not dumb. This man looks me up and down, and he's like, yeah, you look like a dancer. I can see you in a club somewhere dancing. If you were a dancer, I would totally go to that club. I was like, did this man just try and sneak ask me if I'm a stripper? Like, I'm not offended because I did legitimately used to be a stripper. And I know that glitter is associated with strippers for reasons. But I just feel like that was such an inappropriate conversation to have in the workplace. I feel like that was such an inappropriate conversation to have like in the workplace. But yeah, I'm rambling and I still need to wash my brushes. I use like this little Halloween pail with some dish soap that I sprayed and this thing, and I just rub my brushes along it until I feel like the makeup is out, and then I rinse it with warm water, and I have like a little towel sitting right here and I dry it on the towel like that. I usually try and wash my brushes the night before I plan on using them, but if it's like the day of, like now, then that's how I do it. I like never bought any official brush cleaner. I've been using dish soap for over 10 years. Cause that's how makeup artists taught me how to do it, and that's just how I've been doing it. So, like I could do a brush cleaning video for you guys if you want, but it's literally just warm water, dish soap for a few minutes. Don't leave it in there too long because it'll damage your brushes. Don't put the water in there until you're ready to wash it, like right then and there. But yeah, I'm gonna record some footage of me doing my makeup for you guys once my brushes are clean. And you guys know my base routine. I got my lashes tutorial, and have like a video of products and So I'm done with my makeup and I'm ready to get ready to go. So this is how we're looking today. Very cute, very fun. to my channel. I am back home after running my errands. I left around 2:30, 3 o'clock ish, and now it's like 5:30. So the first place that I hit up is Fancy Plants. Fancy Plants is like a vegan cafe. They have like treats and stuff. They have like muffins, coffee cake and stuff. I went there for their coffee cake because I literally just wanted a slice of coffee cake and I didn't feel like making a whole pan. And since I know they have it there, I just went there and grabbed it before they closed at 4, and I made it there like around 3:45 or so. So that's the first place. Actually, no, the first place that I went was Whole Foods because I needed to return that yarn that I showed you guys earlier and get my refund and everything. And I'm not going to get that refund for the next couple of days or so. So yeah, I went to Whole Foods and exchanged those things. I got my refund. And then I also grabbed some things while I was in the store. So the first time around, I just grabbed the muffins because my partner wanted like some muffins. They're in the other room. They're like the vegan, school-friendly muffins that, you know, it's safe to bring to the school. And then on my way back home, I went to Whole Foods again. So I was like, I actually don't feel like cooking what the hell's at home. So I have this Banza chickpea vegan shells. You know the shell macaroni. So that's how it look. I don't know if I'm gonna make this or not because I realized as soon as I got home that I don't have any milk. And I'm like, dang, I gotta go out the store and get milk, or I can ask my partner to go get some milk so I can make this. I don't think this will taste good with like coconut milk or coffee cream or anything. And I don't want to just add water, so we'll see if I make this. I got some vegan chicken nuggets. I got the fancy kinds. These are a little bit more pricey than some of the other ones, but I really like this texture, and I just really can't with some of the other textures. So these are really nice. I put these in the oven. If you fry them, you'll get this super crunchy texture, but if you put them in the oven, they'll still be crunchy, but they're not gonna be like crazy like this picture. I like that. The main reason why I left the house was to go to Michael's and get some yarn because I want to braid my hair. That's the whole reason why I wanted to do this, and everything else was just, you know, extra along the way. I did not see the super soft yarn in Michael's when I went there. Actually, their yarn section is a lot shorter than it used to be, and they actually expanded their sewing section. I guess since Joanne is going out of business, they expanded their fabric and sewing section. So I got this brand called Loops and Threads. I guess it's like the generic Michael's brand compared to like Red Heart and some of the other ones. But like this is a pretty similar shade of green to what I had before. I got 2 of these. And then I got the same brand, and it's like a very pale mint green. Maybe I put these two together. So yeah, I feel like this would be a good highlight contrast to this for what I want. And I got one of these. So basically how I like my braids to be, I like to make them between 40 and 45 inches because when you braid the hair, it's gonna be looped in half, and I like to have my braids to be at least 20 inches because a lot of times I get overstimulated and I don't want it in my face, and I want it to be long enough for me to just put it into a ponytail and tie into a knot twice. That's pretty much how I like to do my braids when I do them. I hardly ever just have them wearing down, swinging everywhere, especially when I'm out and about. I don't want my hair touching public transportation. I don't want my hair touching the backs of people's chairs or anything. I just want to keep it, you know, on top of my head and, you know, have it be like that. Now, I did grab a little bit too much, but I'd rather have too much than too little. This has 354 yards, and I didn't feel like doing the math to try and figure out like, well, if I need 40 inches, I know I like to have this amount of strings to make the thickness that I want. You know, like I just didn't feel like doing the math to try and figure out what the hell that means. I do want to wash this before putting this in my hair because it was just sitting in the store and then I brought it home and I don't know where it's been. And I want to wash this before putting it in my hair, so it's not going to stay in this bundle. I have the type of bags that are like the zipper bags that you can put in the washing machine so that your stuff don't get messed up. And just to help prevent tangles and knots and everything, I think that I'm just going to put this in like the hand wash bucket that we have for washing little things and just soak this in some detergent and rinse it out and leave it to dry. And then once it's dried, I'm going to wash my hair again. I just washed my hair like 3 days ago, but I'm going to wash my hair again so that my hair is like nice, fresh and clean, oiled up and ready to go for my braids. I usually only keep them in for about 3 weeks at best, and I don't braid my hair too tight, especially now that I have like this weird Camo hair texture that's just kind of light and fluffy and not the complete texture that I have. So this is the outfit that I wore. I'm wearing like this tank top. It's like a crop top type of situation. See if I can scoot back and show you guys more. So it's like a crop top and then this little mesh thing and like some black skinny pants. Like I want to call them skinny jeans because they look like skinny jeans, but like the fabric isn't really denim, so it's not technically a jean. It's like a mix of elastic and some other stuff. I found these in the thrift store for like $4 a couple of months ago along with my other black skinny jeans, and I just feel like I hit the lotto because I specifically went in there to get some black pants. I was more so looking for like black yoga flared pants because that's typically what I wear whenever I have to work a job and they tell me, well, you need to wear black pants, no jeans, no sweats, whatever. I usually go for like the yoga pants style that kind of looks like office pants without being office pants because I just can't with the texture of, you know, like the office slacks. Like I can't with that texture and I can't with the structure, especially when it doesn't stretch and move with me. That is going to annoy me. I haven't bought like regular office pants in years. I usually just wear skinny jeans or flared leggings that kind of look like dress pants. So I bought this for, you know, work situations. And there are certain briefs that they'll tell you as a brand ambassador when they send you certain emails and stuff. But once I get there and I see the vibe, most times people aren't really checking for that. They're not looking closely at people's pants to see, is that jeans? Is that like a, I don't know what the office pants are called. Like, is that slacks? Is that yoga pants? Like, no, it's black pants. You're wearing black pants, you know, okay, you came to work, come on, let's get you to work. Especially for these type of jobs that I did the last 2 days, they're relatively easy. So, the jobs that I did yesterday are relatively easy. They're like literally the easiest job ever. Super duper simple, super duper easy. Everybody easygoing. I absolutely love what I do for occasions like this, and like the people that I was around were just hella cool. This one person got on my nerves, and I ended up having to go off on her a little bit because I tried to ignore her when she was coming at me and saying little things here and there because I was just like, you know, that's a red flag, but I'm having a good day. This is an easy job. Let me just focus on this job and focus on everybody else because everybody else is nice. This person, she's a red flag. And I feel like that was a mistake because things didn't have to escalate to where it escalated to if I would have just nipped it in the bud when I first saw the BS. So, let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. And we're going to first start off with the job and what it is. So I'm a brand ambassador. It's like people who do marketing stuff. A brand ambassador could be somebody giving you free samples at Whole Foods, or they could be somebody at a conference passing you out flyers or scanning badges or telling you to go here, telling you to go there, giving you directions or whatever. So my first day when I was working on Thursday, first of all, I didn't know that I'd be working this week. I applied to this job like end of January, early February, didn't hear back from them. Completely forgot about this job, completely forgot that I even applied there, and I assumed that because I didn't hear back that I just didn't get the job, that I wouldn't be working, and I was completely fine with that. I was like, okay, well, you know, it's Valentine's Day. I found something to do. I found something to do. You know, Valentine's Day. I got some stuff I need to work on at home anyways, so I wasn't really thinking about them. I get a call from an unsaved number on Wednesday, and I usually ignore them because sometimes I get a lot of spam calls. And for a minute, I was getting harassed by this rental company in Las Vegas because somebody had used my number as like the contact number, and they rented a car and they used my number as like a point of contact, and they never returned the car. And I was getting harassed by that company, and they kept calling me from different numbers after blocking them, even though I told them they had the wrong number. And that was just going on for a few weeks, a few months or so. So I thought that, you know, it might be a spam call or whatever. And I did not have anything on my calendar in terms of a planned phone interview, a planned phone call, like a planned video call, a virtual interview, or nothing. Nobody had to reach out to me to plan that. So I answered the phone. At first, nobody says anything. So I'm like, hello, you know, reluctantly. And then the person introduces himself, and they're saying, oh, yeah, I'm with so-and-so company. Just want to know if you could work this week for this event, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm trying to get information from her about the schedule, and she's not giving me the information. She's like, yeah, it's like 300 schedules, and there's so many people to manage. I can't, you know, manage this and this and that. So she finally sends me the schedule. And at first, the schedule was like for 12 hours. It was like 6 to 7:45, 6 a.m. to 7:45, Thursday and Friday. And I said, absolutely not. I need a shorter schedule, or, you know, this isn't going to work. So she sends me a shorter schedule for Thursday. She doesn't send me anything for Friday. She gives me the location and, you know, the times and everything. I go to the place for the location, and I'm trying to figure out who's what. The person that called me, that's like the recruiter or whatever, she's in New York. I'm in Chicago. So I get to the place, and I'm trying to like contact her and let her know, hey, I'm here. You know, where do I go to sign in, check in, or whatever. She's not getting back to me. I eventually figure it out and find where the people are. I find where the people are, and I kind of go over there and check in. They told us the call time was at 5:30 a.m. I get there at around like 5:15, 5:20. And I finally find them, and it's a little after 5:30 because I was trying to find them and nobody gave me the proper, you know, contact information or whatever. So there's communication issues, but we were able to figure it out. So I go to check in, and they tell me, we're going to put you on the ground floor, and your job is just to tell people where to go. If you see somebody looking lost, you see somebody looking confused, you can just walk up to them, talk to them, and say, hey, if you're looking for this, you go here. If you're looking for that, you go there. Do you need help with this? Do you need help with that? And just be there to direct people as a directional. Super easy. It went by super fast. I had no problems. But at the end of my shift, I'm still waiting to hear back from old girl in New York to tell me what's the deal for Friday. What's the schedule? Because the crazy ass schedule that she was trying to have me work, 12 hours Friday, 12 hours Thursday, 13 hours Friday, that was not going to work for me. And people can judge me for that. People can say, oh, you're lazy, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. I would have just taken the longer shift so I can make more money. No. I know that I struggle with heavy fatigue. I know the limits of my body. I know that I could stand up to maybe 7 hours on a good day, and then I'm ready to go to sleep. Outside of that, I'm not gonna make it. And that's not me not being optimistic or not wanting to work or whatever. That's the constraints of my body and what I'm dealing with. So I come home, and I'm like trying to like go to bed, but I'm not wanting to go to bed because I'm like, I don't know what the schedule is for tomorrow. And then I was like, you know what, if this lady doesn't get back to me by 8 p.m., by the time I lay my head to rest, I guess I'm just not working tomorrow. So she finally gets back to me, and we coordinate the schedule and the location. Everything's cool. I show up Friday, you know, I don't have anybody's contact information. It's a whole new team. It's a different hotel, different setup, different everything. So I finally find the people and I'm able to check in. They tell me where to go and what my job is for the day. And the job is literally, they gave us these phones, and on the phone is like this screen that you tap, and when you tap the screen, a window pops up, and then you can scan the QR code on people's badges. The job was just to stand by the door and scan people's badges before they go into the conference room. That's it. That's the job, okay? Like, that's literally it. That's all we got paid to do. And for some reason, they put 4 people by one door, even though there's multiple entries and exits, but they put 4 people in one spot. And so there's this older black lady that's probably like in her 40s. And there's this older white man that's probably in his 70s. He looks like he's in his 70s, but y'all know how white people age. He could be 50, he could be 35 for all I know, especially with the opioid epidemic that y'all got going on. But he looks like he's in his 70s. She's in her 40s. So she's talking to me, and here's where the red flags come in. So first she says something to me about the badge. I tell her I don't have a badge, and give me one. And then she makes it a thing. And I'm like, it can't be too big of a problem because I worked yesterday and I didn't have a badge then. I don't have a badge now. So it couldn't be that big a deal. And she's like, you have to have a badge. It's a mandatory. It's a part of the uniform. You need to go find somebody and tell them to go give you a badge. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not that serious. You seriously need to drop it, because no, I'm not doing that. So I ignore her, and I'm just, waiting for the conference to start so that I can scan people's badge, because that's literally my only job. And then she said something to me about the scarf, because people are walking around with these white scarves with like the company logo at the bottom of it. And then she tells me, like, she's like asking where my scarf is. I'm like, I don't have a scarf. They didn't give me a scarf. Like, you need to wear a scarf. It's part of the uniform. It's mandatory. You don't even look like you work here. You look like you're not even part of the team. Now you look like a volunteer. Like, at least, like, you need to have. I was like, no, they didn't give me a scarf. I showed up. I checked in. They gave me a phone just now to scan people's badges, and that's it. I'm going by what the people who are in charge are telling me to do. All this extra stuff that you're on about, I'm not doing that. The only reason why I had a scarf is because one of the other brand ambassadors that I worked with on Thursday recognized me, and she comes talk to me. She was like, hey, sweetie, how are you? I see you did your makeup again today. You look so cute. And I was like, oh, where'd you get the scarf? And she's like, oh, they just had them in the box in the corner, and people just walked over there and grabbed it. So I just went over there and grabbed it, but I don't really want this. Do you want this? Because I'll just give it to you. I was like, I don't want to take the scarf from around your neck like that. So no, it's fine. Here. And she takes it off and gives it to me. So I take the scarf off because I realized I'm already wearing the scarf from outside. I forgot to take it off before I moved from where we left our coats and stuff at to where we're going to be working. And I also forgot to take my hat off. So the girl walks away and she goes to her station, and I'm standing there. And then this lady is just annoying little nagging in my ear. She's like, oh, and you're wearing a hat. Didn't you read the brief? They said no hats, no scarves, no. I was like, lady, it's not that big of a deal. I honestly forgot to take my hat off. And, since nobody said anything to me about it, and it's cold anyways, I'm just going to keep it on. Like, it's no problem. It's okay. And then she continues talking about the uniform and the email they sent out, and you need to go according to company policy, and that's outside the uniform. And I'm just like, it's not that serious. Just chill. It's okay. So this is the third time that this lady is saying something to me. She's not a manager. She's not a supervisor. She's not anything. She's another brand ambassador just like me, doing the same job, the same position. Nobody told her to micromanage me or anybody else, but she's just obsessed. So that's the third time. And I can keep dismissing her like, oh, it's okay, it's not that serious, no problem. And then she And then she is like looking around at people's feet. And then she comes over to me. And then she talks to that older white man I told you guys about earlier. And she's like, see, and we're not supposed to be wearing boots either. Everybody wearing boots just because it's cold outside. We supposed to be wearing gym shoes. They told us that we supposed to be wearing black gym shoes. I'm like, lady, I woke up today, it was 2 degrees. And it just snowed Wednesday. You want me to be, I'm not going to be slipping and sliding around in no damn gym shoes when it's 2 degrees outside and it just snowed. And it's like, yeah, well, that's what the salt's for. You know, you see the salt they put out on the sidewalk? They put the salt on the sidewalk so you don't have to worry about that. They don't put that everywhere. Well, it's in front of the hotel. Like, okay, well, I have to get here from point A to point B. And, like, the math isn't math then. It's not making any sense. So this is the 4th time that this lady is saying something to me about something I'm wearing or not wearing, and whether or not it aligns with company culture and company policy. And some time had passed. I'm cold. There's like food and water and drinks. They told us, hey, everybody, don't drink don't eat the food or anything. That's for the people at the conference. You know, like, you guys will have a break. You'll have a lunch break and you can go and get your own things. You know, you have to worry about that. But, you know, please don't eat any of the food, whatever. Yeah, they told us that, but you know what I noticed? The people that told us not to eat the food and the drinks and the snacks, they were eating the food, the drinks, and the snacks. So I guess that policy wasn't really that serious. And other brand ambassadors, you know, were getting food, we're getting muffins, bananas, melons, juice, all of the things, and nobody said anything to anybody. So if the people that's in charge of the event don't care, then why the fuck does she? At some point, I'm like, oh, I'm telling them, hey, I'm going to walk over there and get some hot water real quick because I'm cold and I'm standing here and I need hot water. I already have cold water. I just need hot water. So I go down there and I get a cup of hot water. There's a little station that's like hot water for the tea, and then there's like milks and honey, sugar, and coffee in these little tanks. So I go down there and I get a cup and I get hot water and I come back. This lady is 2 feet away from me. I'm on this side of the door. She's on that side of the door. Like, she's right here. I'm right here. She starts talking to this older guy and he's like, see what she doing right there? She ain't supposed to be doing that. You supposed to bring your own food and water. You ain't supposed to come over here and eat these people's food and stuff. You heard what they said. You heard the policy. And I was just like, so I'm supposed to bring my own hot water from home, and that makes sense to you? Well, did you read the email? Did you see the event? You work other events? And no, I'm supposed to bring my own hot water from home, and that makes sense to you? It makes sense to you for me to bring my hot water up here? You've been saying things to me all day about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. You're not a manager. You're not an assistant manager. You're not a supervisor. You're not the client. You're not anything. You're just another employee, just like me. And now you're standing here giving me crap about literally drinking water when it's my job to stand here and talk to people all day. You've been saying little things to me all day about this, that, and the third, making issues about things that are really not an issue. And you're not the boss of me. I don't have to listen to you. So I don't get what you're mad about. And so she walks away for a little bit, and then the older guy comes up to me and he's like, I don't get why she came over and told me that you guys drink hot water. I don't care about you drinking no hot water. I'm not a manager or anything, and neither is she. We're all working the same position, the same job. You know, it's really not that big of a deal. As much money as they spend on these events, as much food as they let go to waste, I wouldn't care if you went over there and made yourself a whole meal. I wouldn't care if you pulled out a Tupperware bowl and was packing stuff for your family. Like, they're gonna throw all this stuff away anyways. I don't get why she's so mad about you just drinking water. Like, if we can get cold water, then we can get hot water too. I don't get what that big deal is. Like, I didn't get a tea bag, I didn't get coffee, I didn't make a latte, literally just a cup of hot water because I was freezing, standing there, and it was so cold. And just no. And I was like, yeah. And I said super loud so she could hear me. I was like, yeah, she had like it come out of her check or something over there trying to bother me about drinking water. And then she comes back, and then she's talking to the guy again. I'm right here. She's right here. She's like, all these young people, they don't want to work anymore. They don't take jobs seriously. They're not like the people back in my day. You know, I was working yesterday and some people didn't show up. You know, people don't want to work anymore. I was like, you know why people didn't show up yesterday? It's because of communication issues. I didn't find out about what I needed for today until last night before I went to bed. And the same thing probably happened to all those other people that you're complaining about didn't show up. And guess what? People are still here, people are still working, and people still showed up. You are again making an issue about something that is not an issue to anybody that matters. You are obsessed with micromanaging. You're not even the manager. Like, she was getting on my nerves so bad. Like, she felt like because she's older that I should be listening to her. And it's like, no, we're both grown. And the job is literally just to stand here and scan people's badges, and you're making an issue about literally everything, and you're getting on my fucking nerves. I can't do it. She was getting on my nerves. Like, and then she did the whole, nobody wants to work anymore, and these kids today, and it's like, I'm standing right the fuck here. You're not about to stand here and talk about me in third person as if I'm not literally standing in the same spot as you to somebody else. And it's like, she's snitching on me to this guy like he's supposed to do something about me drinking water. Like, I guess she was expecting him to snitch on me to one of the people that worked there. And it's like, what was the end goal? You wanted them to send me home without pay for drinking water? You wanted them to fire me for drinking water? You wanted them to blackball me for future events for drinking water? I saw people wear muffins. They had cooked food where they had like egg, what's called like the frittata thing. They had sausage. They had different types of muffins, danishes, croissants, fruit, banana muffins, juices, soda pop, all types of stuff that people were grabbing. And she didn't care about anything anybody else was doing, but she was like so obsessed with micromanaging me. And it's like, you're not a manager. That's literally not your job. All you have to do is stand here and scan badges. Like, why are you so obsessed with me?
I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
It's so weird. Like that's why I stepped off on her, because it's like, you have one job. One job. And you don't need to be doing all that. Like, it was truly getting on my nerves, and it was the weirdest thing. It's like, this job is so easy, and everything is so chill. Why are you doing this? And I was so glad when one of the coordinators came out and they're like, who wants to go inside the conference? And she was like, me. I was like, thank goodness. Please take her away. Please take her away. And she side-eyed me, but I'm like, yeah, I said what I said. Like, you're good. You're getting on my nerves. You're getting on my nerves. I cannot do it. Okay? I cannot. Like, I can't stand working with those type of people who are such a stickler for the rules, and it's like they care about things that don't nobody else care about. Nobody told them to micromanage. They're just taking it upon themselves to do that. And then like the Gen X people who feel like because they're older and more experienced that you have to listen to them and what they're saying, and it's like, no, I don't. I actually don't have to listen to you or anything that you're saying. I don't. Like, I'm not sorry or anything. I don't have to listen to you or any of your nonsense at all. The thing about the badges and the scarves being mandatory uniform, it was not. We didn't have any uniform. They just told us to wear all black and show up, and gave us the time, the date, and the location. All this extra shit that she was going on about, she was trying to make a big deal about, it didn't really matter. And then what really saved me is that they called us to go to lunch, and then they told us our break would be for like an hour and a half. So I ordered food thinking I was going to be there until like 4 o'clock. I started the day at 6. I thought I was going to be there till 4. So I put my headphones in. I'm sitting there eating my food, chilling out. And then when the ladies are like, girl, what are you doing here? I told you and your team you can go home. Like, they're not going to have any more conferences for the rest of the day. Like, I can check you out right now and then you can go home, but you're still gonna get paid for the rest of the day. I was like, thank goodness. Because I'm tired, and that lady was getting on my nerves. And I'm glad to be done with her. So I came home expecting that I would just chill out for a minute and go run the errands that I ran today. But no. I got home around 12:30, 12:45. I was showered and in the bed by 1. I woke up around 7. But because it's dark outside and my partner was home, I thought that it was Saturday morning. And I was so confused. I almost got into it with my partner. So I walked into the living room and I saw him watching TV and eating food with the door closed. And I'm just like, we got a problem? We got beef?
Come on, let's go outside.
Go outside for what?
We gonna fight.
Since when do you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and come sit on the couch and watch TV and have the door closed and don't say shit to me? You ain't say good night, you ain't say good morning. I was like, we got a problem? We got beef? Like, what is this? What are you doing? What's happening? He's like, it's 7. He's like, it's 7:30. I was like, yeah, it's 7:30. How long you been out here? Since when do you wake up this early and just go hang out in the living room and not say anything to me? Like, what is your problem? He's like, it's Friday, 7 p.m. Not 7 a.m. Saturday, but 7 p.m. It is the same day. He was like, it's okay, I know you're tired. That's how out of it was. I thought that we had a problem. I thought we had beef. I thought that there was some argument that I wasn't privy to. And he was acting funny. That's what I thought was happening. It was the same day. But anyways, I was only up for like 2 hours. And I went back to sleep. Like, I went to bed like around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then I woke up today at about 10. So it's like I slept from 1 to 7:30, 7:45. Stayed up for like 2-3 hours. And then went to bed again from like 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Like completely out of it. Like that's how freaking tired I was just from working these 2 jobs. Just a couple of hours here and a couple of hours there for something that was relatively easy to do. Like that's how bad my fatigue and stuff is. But yeah, like that's what happened to me yesterday. Also, I forgot to say that when I went to Fancy Plants to get coffee cake, the girl, I don't know what they're called, the people who work at cafe, bakeries, like a cashier, a bakery person, a barista. I'm sorry, I don't know what the people are called, but when I went there, they closed at 4. I got there like around 3:45 or so, and she was like, oh, we have some stuff for Valentine's Day. We have strawberry scones and we have strawberry cinnamon roll. I was like, oh, a strawberry cinnamon roll. I want to try that. So I ended up getting a strawberry cinnamon roll. I already took a couple of bites, but that's basically how it looks. I'm going to eat my strawberry cinnamon roll and, I don't know, hang out with the guy. And I'm probably going to braid my hair like tomorrow, but the main thing I want to do is groceries. Maybe I'll braid my hair like sometime next week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday perhaps. But I do want to wash the yarn first before I put it into my head because I don't know what be going on in factories, the warehouses, the trucks, the stores. I don't know who all over there, what's all over there, who be touching what and who. But I'm excited to braid my hair because I haven't had hair in like 2 years. I was really struggling with alopecia even after the cancer. And now my hair is like 4 inches after like a whole year of the oils and the minoxidil and the massages and everything. I'm like, cool. Now my hair's long enough to braid. I'm going to braid my hair and I'm going to try some new unique things that I haven't seen anybody do. If you are new here, I'm a cancer survivor and I was struggling with hair loss and stuff, and I finally grew my hair back, and now I just want to do the most creative unhinged hairstyles that you've ever seen. So if you're watching my channel from now on and you're like, dang, every time I come to her channel, she always looks like she's going to a hair show. What be going on with her hair? Oh my gosh, she does too much with her hair. Like, I get there's being alternative, and then there's this. Mind your business.
And it's against my religion to tell y'all my business.
Because you've already been warned. You've already been warned. Like, comment, subscribe. If you feel like somebody else could relate to this video, send it to them. I'm currently at 952 subscribers. So I'm like almost 50 subscribers away from getting my first 1,000. And the watch time hours are getting up there. And I just decided to spread out my vlogs so that instead of just making one large thing that's like an hour and a half or so, it'll be like small little pockets of vlogs and videos spread out throughout the week to help make up for the distance, because I haven't posted on YouTube in like 9 days, and I've been posting almost every day for like the past 2 months, just trying to hit that monetization goal. But yeah, I needed to chill out because I got health issues and I just needed to rest. But yay, you know, this is the makeup for today. I did take some selfies. I showed you guys the outfits. Literally just black skinny jeans, these red leg warmers, and I have Valentine's Day socks that I bought like 2 years ago at Dollar Tree. I don't know if they still sell them. They're always different every year, but yeah. Also, a weird interaction that I had today was I went to this restaurant called Tom Yum Cafe. They're like a Thai place, because I was craving tom kha soup, because like I have the stuff to make tom yum, but I wanted tom kha because it's different if you're not familiar with Thai food. So I go there, I'm sitting there, and I'm like waiting for my food to come, and this old white lady is like sitting kind of across from me, but I'm not really paying attention to her. I'm just kind of like on my phone waiting for my food, and I just hear this old white lady yell, "Pussy," and I stopped what I was doing. I stopped what I was doing and just looked around, and like till my eyes met her to see where that sound even came from, because she just yells out "pussy cat," but all I heard was "pussy." And I was like, what the fuck is going on? She was like, "pussy cat." She says it again, but like the P sound is louder than the cat sound, okay? So I looked up at her, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. She's like, "Are you a pussycat today? You like a pussycat. You're a pussycat, aren't you? You're a cute little pussycat." I was like, okay. Like, I didn't know what to do with that information. I was confused because all I heard was the P word. It yelled out loud. And then that happened. I was like, okay. I don't get how this is giving cat, but I guess because I have almond shaped eyes, and literally anytime I wear eyeliner, especially this style eyeliner, people always tell me I look like a cat. People are always accusing me of dressing like a cat. People are always like, "Oh, you look like you belong in that Play Cats," or whatever. I'm used to it. I just never had anybody literally yell out "pussy" to me for like no damn reason. I'm laughing about it now, but like in the moment it was so awkward, because I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Who is this old white lady, and why is she yelling "pussy" at me?
Fat, juicy, and wet.
But yeah, so that was my day doing some goth girl errands, and I hope you guys